It feels like a spring practice day today, doesn't it? First time in quite a while, obviously. But we're going to do the same thing we did last Saturday, the same practice format. Be a lot of drills. We'll start it off with Oklahoma, and then at the end of the practice we'll have a live red zone goal line period, which ought to be fun. So other than that, take a few questions.
What do you like about what you've seen out of the guys? I mean, you're 2 weeks back from spring break now. How's everything going for you? Where have the biggest improvements been?
Well, you know, every day there's improvement. You know, the thing that I've liked more than anything is their energy. You know, every single practice that we've had has been very spirited. Hopefully we can keep that up. You know, I mean, spring practice does get to be a little bit redundant, but we've done some different things, and you know, we got a lot of guys that are having a good time competing. So as long as we compete, as long as we come out here and have the right frame of mind, we're going to show improvement each and every time we get out here. So I've been pleasantly surprised with the amount of energy that these guys have been practicing with.
Depth, you got enough depth? Defensive line seems a little thin. What do you think of some of the depth?
Well, nobody has enough depth. I mean, I don't. You ask the reigning national champions, I would imagine that they're going to say the same thing as I'm going to say. Our depth is. I've talked about this a bunch. We've got a lot of bodies out here right now for spring practice, so we're a solid 2 deep on both lines. You know, now whether they're whether they're good enough to play with right now or not, that's not what I said. But we have healthy bodies that are able to line up and play ball. So we get, you know, anywhere from 50 to 60 team snaps a day, you know, which is a good bit. So, you know, I mean, as long as we stay healthy, which we have, we'll be able to continue to do that throughout the remainder of spring.
2 deep on the offensive line as well?
Bodies-wise, yes. You know, who we can play with. We're still looking for a 3rd tackle. You know, Sylvester Towns and Marcel Lazard have been progressing, but not to the point to where, you know, we can count on them to go out and play right now. Stone's doing good. You know, Russell Hutton James is doing good. Those guys are a solid 6th and 7th right now. Don't have a 3rd tackle that we feel comfortable with playing right now.
Comfortable with your starters on the O-line?
Yeah, I am. You know, the 5 guys, you know, have been doing good. You know, the inexperience at tackle is the one thing that we were concerned with, but Pankey's is way more confident. He's 100% healthy. He looks really good. And then Marquise has really adjusted to tackle. He's more of a tackle than he is a guard. So his play has been good.
Asked some of the players last week about the defense. Some guys are saying it's a lot like the 3-3-5. Asked Coach Bradley, he said you can kind of do anything with it. Defensively, what's your take on what you guys are doing defensively?
Well, it's what I've wanted to do for, you know, since I've been here. It's an odd defense. So the reason I want to run an odd defense is because it can be very multiple. If you're a 4-down defense, you can't be multiple with that. If you're a 3-down defense, then you can be multiple with it. We've always wanted to be multiple. You know, the other side, me looking at what we're doing defensively, what gives us problems? Because everybody in the Big 12 runs a similar version of what we do offensively. And the thing that gives us the most problems is an odd defense that can give you a bunch of different looks. So that's what we're going to do. You know, you can call it what you want to. It doesn't really matter to me. But it's going to be an odd defense that's able to get into a bunch of different looks.
What do you call it?
An odd defense.
Okay.
That gives us a bunch of different looks, you know. So, you know, you got to remain simple and sound with it. If you know, we don't want to trick anybody with what we're doing, but we want to be able to, you know, get into a bunch of different things and line up quick and be able to bring different looks, which is an odd multiple defense.
AJ Dillon sort of
it was probably a little too multiple last year. You know, I mean, it was still an odd defense last year, but it got to where we were doing too many different things. And the one thing I think Tony's done a good job with is get it a little bit more simplified. You know, so I like how fast we line up. We'll do a tempo period here in a minute where offensively we'll try to run plays as fast as we possibly can and watch the defense how quick they can line up. I've been very impressed with that. Last year, I don't think we did a very good job of lining up quick. We faced so many up-tempo offenses that defensively we need to be able to line up quick. And I think they're doing an excellent job with that right now.
Was it important to match the defense to your philosophy, what you want to do as a football coach?
Yeah, I mean, I think every head coach wants to do that on all 3 sides of the ball, you know. And And right now, the continuity on offense that I have with the coaches is good. Defensively, I've been very happy with the continuity that those guys got going on, and then special teams with Joe. I mean, it's the same stuff that we've been doing. So, from a coaching perspective, I've been very happy with it.
Inside receivers, do you have a second one? Do you might maybe borrow from running back?
Yeah. Wendell is probably our second best inside receiver right now. I mean, he's a running back, much like we used with Charles last year. I mean, we'd move those guys all over the field. Wendell's probably the second best inside receiver right now, and then Andrew Boo's been doing some of that as well. All right, guys. Appreciate it.